Welcome back to the Inside Plug, where we break down the biggest pop culture moments, the messiest comebacks, and the internet's loudest opinions. So, Kylie Jenner has officially entered her reheated leftovers era, at least according to the internet. She's bringing back her King Kylie era from 2014 to 2016, and while some fans are screaming iconic, others are like, girl, it's giving stale vibes. The whole internet's been split in half. One side crying nostalgic tears, the other rolling their eyes so hard they might actually sprain something. And honestly, they both have a point. Because this isn't just about blue wigs and Snapchat filters, this is about Kylie trying to revive the exact moment that made her a cultural phenomenon. The problem? That moment's long gone. So, grab your matcha or your iced coffee because we're about to break down why King Kylie's comeback is getting roasted harder than her old Snapchat filters. What was the King Kylie era? Let's rewind for a second. Picture it. 2014 Tumblr and Snapchat, lip kits, combat boots, the dog filter, that neon blue hair. Kylie Jenner was stepping out from her sister's shadows and building her own aesthetic empire. This was pre-billionaire Kylie, the messy, mysterious, slightly rebellious Kylie that had every teen girl copying her ombre hair and overlined lips. It was the moment she turned from Kardashian little sister to trend-setting internet queen. She had this chaotic, edgy energy, posting random car selfies, wild nights with her friends, and cryptic captions that made everyone think she was cooler than she probably even knew how to be. And when Kylie lip kits dropped, forget it. It was over. Lines sold out in minutes. Kylie Cosmetics was born, and a new era of influencer beauty domination started right there in her bedroom mirror. The King Kylie name wasn't just a nickname, it was her identity. That fearless teenage energy that said, I run this shit. But that was almost 10 years ago. And 10 years later, Kylie decided to dust off the crown. The comeback fast forward to now, 2025. Kylie jumps on Instagram and teases the King Kylie collection to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Kylie Cosmetics. She brings out the blue dip-dyed hair, the vintage Snapchat filters, and posts throwback pics like it's 2015 all over again. In her caption, she basically thanks her fans for riding with her from the start, calling it a tribute to the fearless era that made all of this possible. Sounds sweet, right? Except not everyone's buying it. Because while Kylie's serving nostalgia on a silver platter, a lot of people feel like she's just microwaving old content. Like that one friend who keeps saying, remember when we used to, every 5 minutes. And this comeback wasn't just about makeup. Oh no, Kylie had more planned. The music drop yup. Kylie Jenner dropped a song. The internet collectively choked when she announced a track called Fourth Strike, featuring Terror Jr., the same group tied to that old rumor that Kylie was secretly their lead singer. If you remember 2016, her lip gloss promo used the song 3 Strikes, and fans were convinced Kylie was the mystery voice behind it. Now, almost a decade later, she's back. And this time, it actually is her singing. She even joked about the old rumor on Instagram saying, it wasn't me back then. Wish it was. But this time, it's really me. And listen, props to her for committing to the bit. She worked with legit Grammy-winning producers, thanks to her friend Carter over at Capitol Records. But the response mixed at best. Some fans thought it was cute, full circle energy. Others said it felt random, like she was pulling from a grab bag of nostalgia hoping something would stick. But either way, Kylie had everyone talking again. And that's half the battle in 2025's influencer economy, the fan reactions. Now here's where things get messy. Fans were split like a bad contour line. Half of them were living for it, calling it iconic, a full circle moment, and the revival they'd been begging for since high school. They said, 16-year-old me would be screaming right now. And honestly, that's kind of adorable. But the other half? Yeah, they were not feeling it. They called it lazy, desperate, and my personal favorite, like reheating stale nachos. One viral TikTok comment said, it's giving high school quarterbacks still talking about the big game 10 years later. And that one kind of hurt, because it's not wrong. People are saying this isn't about celebrating a moment. It's about trying to recreate a vibe that simply can't exist anymore. The internet has changed. Kylie's changed. Her audience has grown up. And the worst part? Some fans say she's not even committing to the bit. The clean girl problem. Because the biggest issue people are having with this comeback is that it's too clean. King Kylie was messy, loud, chaotic. This new Kylie, she's giving off a clean girl aesthetic. Minimal makeup, soft tones, quiet luxury. The vibe is off, like she's trying to recreate a 2016 Snapchat story but in beige. Fans noticed right away. Comments were like, "This isn't King Kylie, this is corporate Kylie, and we have adult money now, babe, bring back the full glam." Another said, "She's trying to make King Kylie a clean girl." That's not what we signed up for. And honestly, they're right. King Kylie was a moment built on attitude and rebellion, not sleek branding and PR captions. Now everything feels sanitized, like she wants the aesthetic without the chaos. But the chaos was magic, cultural controversy. And then there's the part that makes this comeback tricky, because you can't talk about King Kylie without talking about that era's cultural borrowing. A lot of her 2014 to 2016 looks, the wigs, the nails, the streetwear, were heavily inspired by Black culture. And that's not a small detail. Back then, Kylie got called out constantly for appropriation, wearing protective styles, using certain slang, and basically monetizing an aesthetic without credit. So now, in 2025, people are like, there's no way she can fully bring that era back without reopening that entire conversation. She's clearly aware of it. This time, her looks are toned down, the styling is neutral, the music video is polished and safe. But for some fans, that makes it feel soulless, like she's playing dress-up as her younger self, minus everything that made that version of Kylie actually feel real. As one tweet said, "The color's there, but the soul isn't." And honestly, that line kind of sums it up. Is it smart or desperate? Now here's where the internet really split. Some people think Kylie's move was genius, a business strategy to get people talking about Kylie Cosmetics again. Because let's be honest, the brand hasn't been dominating like it used to. Others, though, they're calling it desperate. They're saying she's trying to recapture something that only existed because she was young, mysterious, and unpolished. That version of her felt new, unpredictable. This version feels like a reboot no one asked for. One commenter said, "It's like she's trying to recreate lightning in a bottle, but the bottle's empty now." And that's brutal, but also kind of true, because nostalgia is powerful, but it only works when people still believe in the story you're selling. And a lot of people don't believe in Kylie Cosmetics like they used to. The brand problem. Let's talk about that. Kylie Cosmetics was once the moment. People camped out online for drops. The lip kits were basically a cultural event. But now, the market's flooded. Influencer beauty brands are everywhere. Selena's Rare Beauty, Fenty, Rhode, even Ariana's REM, Kylie's brand doesn't feel unique anymore. Fans say the rebrand to clean girl minimalism stripped away what made it special. They wanted fun, drama, bold colors, not beige lip oil in frosted glass. So now, this King Kylie comeback feels like a last-ditch effort to remind people of what made her famous in the first place. Except the audience isn't the same anymore. The people who were buying her lip kits in 2016 are in their mid-20s now. They've got careers, kids, and bills. They're not chasing Tumblr nostalgia. And younger Gen Z fans, they don't see 2016 Kylie as iconic. They see her as a throwback meme. That's a marketing nightmare. So, can Kylie Jenner ever really bring back King Kylie? Maybe visually, sure. But the energy, that spark, that chaos that made her feel untouchable, nah. That's something you can't manufacture twice. And honestly, maybe that's okay. Maybe the problem isn't that she's revisiting the past. It's that she's refusing to evolve from it. Because nostalgia can sell for a minute, but authenticity lasts longer. And if Kylie really wants to win again, it's not about going back to King Kylie. It's about figuring out who Queen Kylie could have been. But that's just my take. What do you guys think? Was this comeback a smart nostalgia play, or just a desperate attempt to stay relevant? Drop your thoughts down below. I'm dying to hear what side you're on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.